There are days when it feels like you're standing right in front of a storm. You know something unpleasant is coming. You sense it, but you don't know exactly when or how bad it will get. And then you begin to panic. Your mind starts playing out every worst-case scenario. You worry. You tense up. You feel paralyzed by fear. But the Stoics, they had a very different way. They didn't run from the worst, nor did they let fear take control of their minds. They prepared, but they prepared calmly, because they understood something timeless. Fear does not live in the event itself. It lives in the way you face it. Welcome to the calm within, a space where we don't run from what's uncomfortable, but we also don't rush to react. Today, I'd like to share with you a story of a man living in a place where every winter brings heavy, unforgiving snowstorms. But instead of panicking like everyone else, he chose a very different way, a way that perhaps you too might need in the storms of your own life. The story, The Man and the Winter Storm. He lived in a quiet rural town, a place known for its brutal winter storms. Every year, as autumn neared its end, the people in his town would begin to worry. Will the storm hit us hard this year? Will we lose power again? Will the roads be blocked for days? Everyone braced themselves. Some panicked, stocking up on food until their homes felt suffocating. Others lost sleep, checking weather updates by the hour. But him? He stayed calm. He quietly chopped more wood, checked his generator, bought just enough food for his family, and then he closed his door, sat down with a cup of tea, and went on living as usual. Someone asked him, "Why aren't you worried?" He smiled and answered, "I've done what I can. The rest belongs to the storm." And the storm did come. While many stayed trapped in fear, he and his family lived through it peacefully, as they did every year. Not because they were lucky, but because they had prepared, without letting fear take over their minds. And in life, the same is true. There are storms you cannot avoid, but you can always choose to prepare today, and let tomorrow come without fear. Maybe your storm isn't snow and ice. Maybe it's an upcoming result you're dreading, a difficult conversation you've been putting off, or something you fear might happen, but you cannot stop. And every day, you let that fear eat away at your peace. The truth is, fear does not help you. The more you replay the worst in your mind, the easier it is to lose yourself to panic. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't prepare you any better. Only calm, steady action does. Only by doing what you can, one step at a time, can you be truly ready. There is another kind of preparation inside you. Preparation isn't just stocking supplies or making plans. It's building an inner steadiness, a mindset that stays firm, ready to face what comes without being swept away. Because deep down, I can't control the storm, but I can control how I stand in front of it. So today, take a moment to reflect. What is the worst you are fearing? Have you done what you can to prepare? And are you ready to let go of fear? To return to the present moment and live it fully? Part 1. Don't deny the worst, name it. When you pretend the worst won't happen, you might think you're being positive, but the truth is, you're only letting fear silently haunt you from the shadows. It's avoidance that gives fear its power. The Stoics taught us something counterintuitive. They didn't run from the worst. They faced it fully. They named it. They imagined it clearly, not to make themselves more afraid, not to fall into despair, but to stand on solid ground and say, if that really happens, I will face it, I will accept it, and I will move forward. You only reclaim your power when you are brave enough to name what you fear. Part 2. Prepare without living in fear. There's a thin line between preparing and obsessing. You might think you're getting ready, but in reality, you're letting fear take over your mind. You replay worst-case scenarios over and over again. You fill your head with everything that might go wrong. The Stoics chose differently. They prepared without living in fear. They focused on what they could do today. They built solid foundations for what was within their control. And then, they accepted a simple truth. If it hasn't happened yet, there's no need to suffer it now. Live in the present. Do what you can, here and now, and let the future come. When it comes. Part 3. Move slowly but steadily. When fear rises, our instinct is to rush, to act quickly, to decide in panic, to do something, anything, just to feel safer for a moment. But the Stoics took the opposite approach. They moved slowly, but every step had intention. Every action was guided by reason, not pushed by emotion. They didn't let fear set the pace. They let reason lead, because they knew moving fast isn't always moving strong, and slow, steady steps are what carry you the farthest, without losing yourself along the way. Part 4. A picture to carry with you. Imagine a ship preparing to leave the harbor, knowing there might be a storm ahead. The crew doesn't panic. They don't rush. They move carefully, checking every rope, every sail, every detail. They prepare calmly, because they know when the storm comes, what keeps the ship safe isn't panic. It's steady preparation. And you are no different. Whatever lies ahead, go slow, but go steady. Prepare, but do not panic, because your inner calm is what will keep you steady when the storm outside arrives. You can't stop the worst, but you can stay steady. None of us can prevent the worst from happening, but all of us can prepare without losing our peace along the way. And remember, we don't have to suffer what hasn't happened yet. We only have to live fully with what is here right now. Because right here, right now, is the only place you have the power to stand steady, no matter what tomorrow brings. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message helped you find just a little more calm in the face of uncertainty, consider walking this path with us here at The Calm Within. Hit like and subscribe. And remember, true peace doesn't come from avoiding life, but from preparing for it with a steady heart.